This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. A contest between conferences. Phillips Arena, Atlanta, where the Hawks take to their home floor. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one. Home court advantage played a part in last year's season series. Each team took their home game in a 1-1 split.
And you have to love it when there's a matchup like this. Two teams that are at the top of their respective conferences going at it.
Well, you know, they split their meetings last season, and the way both of these teams love to compete, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened again.
You got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, the Splash Brothers are the guards. Green and Spades are in the post, and it's Rush in at the 3 slot.
You know, the Warriors took some flack when they passed on the chance to trade for Kevin Love, but I really think that the rise of Draymond Green as their stretch four-man made the decision even better, and also kept their cap situation far more flexible.
The Hawks with a quick start to this one. It's a 5-point game. And Bazemore kicks the tee. And he gets it to go.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
You just watched Jeff Teague. He's a natural scorer. Clark, he's also made steady improvement as a playmaker.
Yeah, you look at his assist rate, Kevin, well in the top 10 in the league. He's cut down on his turnovers as well. You can tell he's starting to really figure it out, and the game is slowing down for him.
Now here's Curry. The drive by Green. Nobody near Barnes. They get it back. Green kicks to Rush. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
And he's also as athletic. You know, sometimes you forget that. I mean, this guy's got the tools also to be a terrific defender. And I still think he's developing consistency at that end of the floor.
4 straight makes out of the gate. That's a sweet start.
Curry kicks to Barnes. Offline with his 3.
That's now 4 misses on their first 5 attempts. Still trying to find the rhythm and flow here offensively.
Bazemore passes to Millsap.
And speaking of Jeff Teague's defense, I mean, his rebounding, I think, could also be a little higher. I mean, with his bounce, he can get in there and grab a few more.
And the wide open shot from Green. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Millsap puts it to Bazemore. Millsap a screen. Outside T. Just 5 to shoot. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Last year, a good one for Jeff Teague, Clark. He was a first-time All-Star in this league.
He's a pick-and-roll technician, so good in reading the defense as he operates from that spot on the floor. He was really the catalyst
right,
for
now,
what
gentlemen,
was a really
two
efficient
shots.
offense for the Hawks.
Roof shots.
That free throw, no good.
And Jeff Teague, a real speed merchant. I mean, very tough to stay in front of. He can put you on skates, blow by, and get right to the rim.
He hits the second from the line.
And guys, Jeff Teague, an attack guard. He's just an average three-point shooter, but he gets to the free throw line in bunches, shoots at a high percentage, and has really revolved, I think, into one of the elite point guards in the league.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Warriors trail by 5. Right side Curry. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. And that one's good.
What a great play. Totally schooled the defender on that one.
Looking at the last game for the Atlanta Hawks, it was a loss to the Milwaukee Bucks. Millsap misses.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Thompson dishes to Curry. And Thompson kicks to Barnes. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
How about battling through the impact there and then wheeling that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
And some of Harrison Barnes' teammates have referred to him as the senator because of the way he carries himself. And, you know, a very level-headed, dignified young man, and just he has an air about him.
Now here's Horford looking for his first basket still in this one. Teague against Curry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Near the three-point line, it's Millsap. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Curry passes to Green. And stolen by Horford. Outside Teague. Horford gets to Corbin. There's the pass to Millsap. Great D that time from Green.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Break here come the Hawks. And it's Teague. That time on the assist by Bazemore. And it's 6 points for Jeff Teague.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Now here's Curry. Shot from 12. Another shot. Rejected by Millsap. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to return possession here. And Thompson kicks to Green. Rush dishes to Green. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Here's Thompson. Second shot opportunity. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2. Guys, last season, Klay Thompson made his first All-Star trip overall. Clark, his game took a huge leap forward.
Hey, I agree with you, Kevin. And a big reason for that, I think, was his spot on Team USA. Playing the way he did and with that group really lifted his confidence.
Excellent point.
And Thompson last season set the record for most points ever in a quarter with 37. Made all 13 shots and 2 free throws and finished the game with 52 points.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
And Thompson making all 9 of his three-pointers in that game. I mean, that was also a record. The most three-pointers in a quarter. I think that performance sealed his place among the All-Star reserves.
Now here's Teague. He's got 6, just 4 to shoot. Pull from the top of the key. It's rebounded by Golden State. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Atlanta leading by 3. A stupendous finish in traffic. Teague's got 8 points.
Tell you what, he's 3 or 4 now. Looks like his game's on offensively.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Guys, Steve Kerr gave me a few moments to catch up with him. He talked about the impact that Al Horford can have on a game and how they'll have their work cut out for them dealing with him. He said Horford's just a complete ball player. He does all the things you want from a big man. He can shoot, handle, and pass. He's always a tough matchup, but it starts with matching his energy level. Kevin, we'll see if they have what it takes.
Thanks, Doris.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And Sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case. Last year's Warriors and where they rank in the NBA. A chance to check that out now, Kevin. First in scoring, first in assists, and they also were #1 in team shooting percentage, a very impressive offensive group.
And when you score like these guys did last season, it gives you tremendous confidence. Just play solid defense, and you can win games.
And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. Teague kicks to Millsap. Kicked by Horford. Millsap passes to Horford. Bazemore dishes to Millsap. Pass to Horford. With his first shot attempt, and that one's good.
Forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Now here's Curry. The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Nice open look, but it's no good. Teague's it to Bazemore. Back to Teague. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line.
2 shots, gentlemen.
All right, a chance to check out numbers for Andre Iguodala. How he did last season. He put up about 8 points a game last season. 3 assists and 3 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
Yeah, great hustle, does all the little things. Just a good complimentary guy to have on your team.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Teague.
Well, I tell you, last season was a big one for the Hawks and Coach Budenholzer. Their dominant season won him multiple Coach of the Month titles, and eventually he won the Coach of the Year award.
Atlanta making a switch here. Schroeder's checked in. And Golden State also making a change. Spates checked in for Barnes. That one falls, so he hits both of them. It was pretty obvious, I thought, Greg, that Budenholzer was the deserved Coach of the Year. I mean, Steve Kerr, there are a lot of good names you could put in there. But what he's done taking the Hawks to the top of the East, few saw that coming.
I agree with you. I mean, he has transformed this Hawks team over the past couple of years, has a wonderful team game. And, you know, obviously a lot of influence coming from Pop when he was with San Antonio, but he is really, I think, redefining how the game of basketball is being played at the pro level. If you're waiting for him to miss, he's that open, you're going to be in for him. Wait.
Puts up the baby hook. And Thompson sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Nice touch by Thompson. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Mike Muscala is checked in for Horford. Mike Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. Thabo Sefolosha is checked in for Kent Bazemore. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Jeff Teague. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Golden State. Livingston comes in for Curry. There's the pick. Here's Scott. The Hawks again can't hit.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Now here is Barbosa. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field.
Not sure what the team is doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And the other thing, though, is their execution in terms
Shoot
of their
two.
ball
Shoot
movement
two.
has been flawless. Sets up a lot of easy scoring opportunities.
The first free throw is good.
And Maurice Spates last season with the best year of his career. I mean, he shot the cover off the ball and did a nice job on the boards as well.
And both free throws good for Spates. Ricky was talking on Mo Spates. Clark, he has a great mid-range jump shot.
He does, and they actually call him Mo Bucket. He actually played so well last season, they even threw in Mo VP from time to time.
Barbosa dishes to Iguodala. Tries from 10. No luck.
Well, that's finishing the defense there. He made a good effort on that possession defensively and then closed it out with the rebound.
Now here's Schroeder. He's covered by Iguodala. It's to Hardaway. Scott with the screen on Green. 5 to shoot. Here's Hardaway. Here's Muscala, and he lays it straight in. Muscala's got his first points of the game.
That's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Boy, he's got a nice looking stroke. That almost went in.
And a lot of times he'll still knock those down no matter how good the D is.
Schroeder passes to Muscala. Soft touch of the glass. And now a 7-point Hawks lead.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Now here is Barbosa. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Now here's Schroeder. Defense right on him. Outside Hardaway. Plenty of space. The putback and finished off nice.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And Andre Iguodala, guys, one of the most unselfish players in the league. I mean, that unselfishness for me, too, is what was put to a test last season as the former All-Star was asked by his coach, Steve Kerr, to come off the bench for the Warriors. And you know what? He did it without complaint, putting the team first.
The free throw drops for Iguodala. And for Iguodala, some have said he's unselfish, Clark, to a fault.
Yeah, and you know, a great athlete and ball handler, I think he could be much more aggressive looking to attack off the dribble. He's really unique, though, a player who puts his emphasis on the defensive end and does a really good job at that end of the floor.
And Iguodala drops them both. And for Andre Iguodala, last year was a first in 758 games. Up until then, he had not once ever come off the bench.
Yeah, he'd been a starter throughout his 10-year career, every single game, Kevin. And last year he came off the bench in every game. Big adjustment for the veteran, but he made it well.
Barbosa gets the bucket.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
It's time now to look at the NBA's toughest defensive teams from a season ago. Number 5, the Hawks.
I mean, they held opponents to so few points that it allowed them to win games even when their offense wasn't clicking.
2:27 left to play here in the first, and he hits the bucket. Warriors trail by 6.
Well, Kevin, we got a moment now to look back to last year's Atlanta Hawks. Second in assists, second in three-point field goal percentage. And they also showed up in the top 5 in shooting percentage. This is a team that knows how to execute its offense and get good shots.
And from those assist numbers, you can see this was a very unselfish team. Their passing was really infectious and made them a tough team to defend.
And here is Green. Livingston kicks to Iguodala. Golden State moving the ball around. It's Leandro Barbosa on the way. Shot clock at 5. Floats one up, and that is good.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Now here is Cephalosha. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. A steal. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. Tim Hardaway Jr., the son of the great Tim Hardaway Sr., had a very good rookie season. However, last season, Clark, not the improvement that some were hoping to see on him.
Kevin, you knew the expectations were going to be high going forward, very high. But sometimes you step back before you move forward. He only shot 39% last season, very low for a guy of his caliber.
Hardaway hits them both.
And we were talking about Hardaway Jr., and he had a very good shot coming out of college, does a good job of freeing himself off screens, plays with good energy and intensity. For this young man, I believe the sky is the limit.
Here's Barbosa. Cannot hit. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. They're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Schroeder. An even 3-on-3 break. It's tipped. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Hawks on top, up by 4. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
I tell you what, defensively, they have been in tune with one another as intense as I've seen.
Yeah, nice job helping out on the rotations and drives, doing really good work at the defensive end.
Iguodala with it. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Teague and Korver are the guards. And it's Bazemore at the 3. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. The Hawks leading. Launches a 3, and he gets it to go. Bazemore's got himself on the board with 3 there.
You know, he's going to continue to bury those if that's how they're going to be in it.
Thompson outside. He dishes it to Spates. Feeds it to Barnes. But he gets it back. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Just 3 to shoot. Goes back up. And he gets it to go. Iguodala's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
Hit by Horford. Curry against Teague. Kicks it to Millsap. And stolen by Barnes. Curry with it. Picked up by Teague. A 3 from Barnes. Rebound Atlanta. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Teague with a clean look. Offensive rebound. Millsap. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Millsap playing well. 9 points and 2 rejections.
And guys, he's been making play after play on both ends of the floor.
No let up in him, and that's mindset. That's not just physical tenacity, but that's a mental tenacity too that he brings to the court.
The Hawks have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one. And the first one at the line is good.
And guys, you gotta love the front court for these Atlanta Hawks. I mean, Al Horford and Paul Millsap both give up a few inches in terms of height, but you won't find a more skilled and versatile front court in the NBA.
Brandon Rush. He's checked in for Andre Iguodala. Both good from the line that time. Well, speaking of the skill of the Atlanta front court, their offense predicated on ball movement and spacing and shooting. Unlike San Antonio, Horford and Millsap a perfect fit.
Really, those two enjoy playing together. Excellent chemistry between them because they're both mobile, agile, skilled, big guys.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And there's the feed to Barnes. Back to Thompson. Spates sets a screen. Curry wide open. Second chance effort. And the layup is up and in. Spates has got 6.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Horford with the screen on Thompson. Horford kicks to Millsap. Dishes to Bazemore. Passes to Horford. Teague against Curry. 5 on the clock. Puts it up from 17. Here's Horford. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That one on Thompson.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And Al Horford is just a winner, guys. I mean, win 2 NCAA titles at his time playing for Florida. His teammates call him the Godfather because of how calm and quiet he is in terms of his leadership and the mentoring he provides. It's been the same here in the NBA.
Good on the second free throw. And that Florida team with Horford, Noah, and Corey Brewer, such a tight-knit group. All those guys still competing and defending at a very high level now in the NBA.
Each of those guys very team first in their approach. That's what they're about, winning. And because they've experienced championship winning, they stay locked into that task.
Now here's Curry to the inside. It's stolen by Korver. Bazemore for three. Score the basket. His second of 2 attempts.
They're hovering around 50% for the game in three-pointers. That's pretty good. But they've really elevated here in the second quarter.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
They get it again. Count it, and the Atlanta lead has been cut to just 5 points on the basket from Barnes.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Barnes sets a screen for Thompson. Here's Spates. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Spates has got 4 this quarter. Atlanta with the ball. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. T kicks to Horford. On the wing, Korver. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Curry against T. Just 5 to shoot. And Rush with a clear path to the hoop. That's good. Now just a 1-point Hawks lead.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
Now here is Horford. And stolen by Barnes. Curry attacking. Rejected by Millsap. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. Curry with it. Picked up by Teague. Open shot. Thompson. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 4 assists in the game.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now, here's Teague. 10 points for him. Shot clock at 6. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Rush's shot is off. Hawks have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Korver kicks to Millsap. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Puts up the baby hook. That's good from Horford on the assist by Bazemore. Horford's got 5 now. The dish to Barnes. Mills with the steal. Teagues it to Bazemore. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And now a 3-point Hawks lead.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
It's deflected. It's stolen by Korver. Teague against Curry. Teague left side. And it's Curry with the rebound.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Here's the 3. Good. Curry's got 7 points in the game.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the 3-point line? Come on.
And how about Harrison Barnes, the Black Falcon? I mean, he was a high school phenom in Ames, Iowa, and a lottery pick back in 2012 after 2 seasons at Carolina. And remember also in high school, he was a teammate of Dougie McBuckets.
These teams were last season's best passers. The squads with the most assists in the NBA. The Warriors, number 1. The Hawks, second.
You know, a pair of teams, Kevin, that understood the importance of assists. They understood the value of making not only the extra pass, but making a good pass on time and on target.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Mike Muscala is checked in for Horford. Mike Scott comes in for Paul Nelson. Hardaway's checked in for Kyle Korver. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jeff Teague. Here's the screen. Offensive rebound. Muscala. Terrific design on a big look. He lays it in. Muscala's got 6. The Warriors trail. Barnes sets a screen for Curry. He feeds it to Green. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Green's got his second basket of the game. Atlanta's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Peter passes to Muscala. And the shot is long.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, impressive effort from both on the backcourt.
Hawks have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Shooter kicks to Hardaway. A step back shot here. It's rebounded by Golden State. Green's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Outside Curry. Green with a screen for Curry. Green, the screen. Just 5 on the clock. The drive by Thompson. Got a piece of it. Hope they get it back. That puts them in the lead. And it's 7 points for Barnes.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Yeah, I love the energy they're playing with. I say it this way. Good teams, championship teams, play against the game as much as they play against the opponent. Nice uptick here in their second chance points in this quarter.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Thabo Sefolosha is checked in for Atlanta. And then for Golden State, Andre Iguodala is checked in for Rush. Barbosa comes in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism part. He brings a lot of intangibles, though. And I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up at Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about it. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
Now here's Schroeder following the miss by Draymond Green. And Leandro Barbosa gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. They set the pick. Schroeder passes to Muscala. Carried from 15 feet out. Muscala's got 4 this quarter.
You know, you talk about Green's enthusiasm for the game. He's constantly talking, whether defensively or even in an opponent's ear. He's a vocal presence. And also another example of how a guy can make an impact without necessarily having it show up in the stat sheet. And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Scott kicks to Sefolosha. To the wing on the left. Now here's Schroeder. He's covered closely. Clock at 6. Shoots. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And also, don't discount his leadership. Draymond Green's been a vocal leader his entire career. Even as a rookie, he wasn't afraid to challenge his teammates. And that competitive spirit, guys, can be contagious.
Outside, Scott. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Scott's got 7 points in the game. Warriors leading by 3. Barbosa kicks to Green. And stolen by Scott. Now here's Schroeder, covered by Barbosa. Schroeder passes to Scott. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Golden State's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Iguodala kicks to Livingston. The pass to Barnes. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
They've been ineffective in this one. Just no slowing down for Barnes. 9 points, and he's come away with 2 steals as well. He's blown up some plays out there.
And it also shows you the importance of intelligence as a defender because he has been a nightmare on the ball.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. That's off as well, so he misses both.
I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there. I'll bet he didn't either. As good a foul shooter as he is.
Now here is Cephalosha. Defense is right there. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession.
Looking now at the numbers for Green. He had a strong showing last season. Averaged about 11 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's been a rock in the middle for them over that stretch of games. Dominating the glass is his trademark.
And when you look at those rebounds, they have a cumulative effect on the opponent. His effort wears them down physically and mentally.
Warriors leading by 3. There's a good screen. Jumper off the screen. Rebounded by Cephalosha. Atlanta's gone for the three-pointers 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. He kicks it to Muscala. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Pass to Barbosa. Green with a screen on Hardaway. Here's Barbosa. They grab their own miss. Livingston kicks to Barnes. Another shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Barnes has got 8 points in the quarter.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Schroeder up top. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Outside Hardaway. The basket drops and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
He's got to quit while he's ahead, Kev. It worked that last time, but that's an invitation for a turnover.
The Hawks have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
One shot, gentlemen.
That free throw good from Hardaway. Barbosa. No luck. In a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Warriors lead by 2. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thank you, Kevin. Steph, what's been the key to what's working well out there for you guys right now?
Defensive end. We rebound the ball, keeping them off the glass, and being able to execute on the offensive end.
Steph, thank you so much. Plenty of ingredients to a solid effort, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as the first game of the regular season is halfway through. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. They only had a couple rough stretches, and as the first period came to a close, they had a 4-point deficit. They came out in the second quarter with a renewed focus, playing well enough to take a 2-point lead here at the half. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, one place they had the edge was on the offensive board. They converted those extra possessions into points. Nothing is more demoralizing to a defense than forcing a miss and then giving up a second attempt. The offensive glass is going to pay big dividends for them.
And Shaq, what'd you see from Atlanta?
Well, they could be ahead in this game if they were taking care of the boards. More possession means more scoring opportunities. Few rebounds either way could decide the outcome of the game. Ultimately, this game will come down to who wants it more.
And that'll wrap up our halftime show. The third quarter set to go moments from now. We will be right back here after the game.
It's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first. Third quarter starting here now. One of the stories here, Harrison Barnes getting it done today.
Just in attack mode, he was able to get in the lane at will in that first half.
Yeah, it really was aggressive attacking basketball at its finest. I mean, really a lot of fun to watch.
The Warriors lead it. And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. Green and Spates are in the post. The Splash Brothers are the guards. And it's Rush in at the small forward position. Now here's Barnes. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Barnes has got the first points of the second half here for the Warriors. Well, you think about Stephen Curry, and your first thought is he's a remarkable three-point shooter. That's right. But he's not just a long-range threat.
Yeah, I see him as a shot maker, one of the league's top mid-range shooters off the pull-up, too, and he's a creative finisher. Floaters, backspin shots, English, high off the glass. Again, the best shot maker, I think, in the history of the game.
Teague can't hit. Warriors leading by 4. Curry kicks to Rush. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Warriors have made 7 free throws and missed 3 in this game. That's good from Rush. No good.
And Kent Bazemore, the long arm, the lefty, out of Old Dominion, where he was the Division I Defensive Player of the Year back in 2011. A 5-year senior. He graduated with 2 degrees, one in criminal justice, the other in human service.
Now here's Korver, looking for his first basket still in his shot clock at 2. Good on the shot. Warriors leading by 3. Dishes to Green. Pass to Barnes from outside the arc, and that one's good. Barnes has got 5 points now this quarter. And Bazemore grew up in a small town, Helford, North Carolina. Clark, less than 300 people.
And a very tight-knit community, as you might expect, Kevin. His uncle owned the local diner. And you see that in his demeanor. Very social, a humble guy. He's really a nice presence in the locker room.
Here's Curry, following the basket by Al Horford. Curry attacking. Rejected by Millsap. Now here's Korver. Feeds it to Millsap. biggest body at 6'8", Clark, but Paul Millsap very effective.
And part of his being underrated and underestimated, I think, is due to that size. But folks are finally starting to come around. That kind of
All right,
production
now,
he's put up.
take a break.
Will make
Take a
that
break.
happen.
2 shots.
First free throw is good.
And Millsap with over a 7-foot wingspan and also just a great nose for the ball. He gets you rebounds, blocks, and he leads all power forwards in steals pretty much every season.
And he makes the first, but misses the second.
And speaking of Millsap's defense, I mean, he can switch out and cover perimeter players as well. His smaller stature gives him that versatility, but then the long wingspan allows him to still bang with the biggies.
Well, a good one here for Green. 8 rebounds. And he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Green. The Hawks trail by 5. Outside Teague. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Kept alive. Outside for Korver. The Hawks working the ball around. And Millsap, here we go. Right side Teague. A second chance effort, and the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on it.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. First one falls for him. And so Teague gets 2 free throws.
He's a dead eye at the line, fellas. Just call him automatic. He doesn't miss many of those.
Spates checked in for the Warriors. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Here's Bazemore. He trains the quick shot. Bazemore's got 10 points. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a win against the Clippers in Los Angeles. The drive by Green, and right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting. The Hawks trail by 3. Find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hi, Kevin. Steve Kerr was just going over the plan with his team. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Green. Coach reminded his guys that he is the centerpiece of their offense, and he's the one they want with the most freedom to operate. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. Now here's Teague. He's got 14. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
Yeah, Al Horford really has become one of those elite two-way big men. And that's very rare. You look at most bigs in the NBA, they excel at either one end or the other, but this is one of those guys that does it all.
And Horford at 6'10", a natural power forward who's been pressed into duty at the center spot, but he holds his own on the low block.
He also does a really good job, Kevin, moving his feet and covering in space, covering the pick and roll. He's outstanding in that regard, which is important in today's game. He's got mobility and a high IQ.
Here's Teague, following the score by Golden State. Horford with the screen on Curry. Teague, the pass to Horford. Bazemore inside the three-point line. Here's Millsap, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
And what a gutty play. I mean, muscles his way to the rebound and then just pounds it home for the putback.
Well said, G.A. The battle on the boards, Clark, could go a long way toward deciding this game.
You know, and if that play is any indication, that's a battle they're willing to put every ounce of their energy into winning.
Now here's Korver after the miss from Stephen Curry. Bazemore inside the three-point line and unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
The Hawks trailing. Outside T. Korver kicks to Horford. He dishes it to Bazemore. For the lead. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals. 5 for 8 in the game.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there'll be more in store.
Kicks to Spates. Shoots from 12. No luck. Good work defensively by Millsap. And Spates gets it to go. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, there have already been 5 lead changes, but nobody taking control of them.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
And the Hawks with possession here, following the score by Golden State. Teague for 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Spates has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. It's Curry with the drive. Looking to get back on track here. Green kicks to Spates. He's got space with nobody on him. He parries the jumper. And it's a 3-point Warrior lead.
They probably would like to get their points on the first shot, no doubt, but they keep chasing down their misses.
Well, listen, you're going to always miss shots, so you'll take the extra effort because it pays big dividends when you can control that offensive glass.
Now, here's Millsap. 14 points for him. 5 to shoot. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got his 7th assist in the game.
Boy, such standing patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
And it's Green missing.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
Okay,
Well,
gentlemen,
you've also got to
2
love
shots.
how aggressively
2
they've
shots.
taken that ball to the basket and scored off dribble penetration.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Mike Muscala is checked in for Horford. Mike Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. Thabo Sefolosha is checked in for Kent Bazemore. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Teague. Then for the Warriors, Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Rush. And it's Livingston in for Curry. He doesn't get the second one. Atlanta's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. There's the pick. Schroeder passes to Scott, and he uses the glass on the way. Scott's got 9 points. Warriors trail by 3. The feed to Green. Iguodala outside. Spates sets a screen. And Thompson kicks to Spates. Releases from 15. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9. Atlanta's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Korver kicks it over to Schroeder. And it's Spates with the rebound. Spates has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Livingston dishes to Thompson. That drops and it comes off the assist from Livingston. That's now 8 points for Klay Thompson. Guys, what a back-and-forth game this has been.
You know what? You're right. Neither side has been able to hang on to the lead for any kind of time at all.
And that's already resulted in 7 lead changes.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season. The Warriors, number 1.
Do they love to run? I mean, nobody did it better. They would get out in the lanes and push the ball even after makes.
And so here is Golden State. The lead is 2. Green, the pass to Thompson. Steps back and fires. Can't hit. So the Hawks will take it the other way. To the middle. Muscala hits the button. Muscala's got the game tied up here for the Hawks.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Now here's Green. He's got 16. Space sets a screen. Thompson for 3. And another 3 for Golden State.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Schroeder with the ball. He's covered by Thompson. On the wing, Korver. They set the pick. The 3 from Sefolosha. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for them.
And Kyle Korver enjoying a career renaissance, if you will, here in his 30s. A former late second-round pick. He's kicked around the league a little bit. He's really found his niche here in the motion offense of the Atlanta Hawks. Performance for him. He averaged about 12 points per game last year, 4 rebounds and 2 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
And guys, they're finally getting the consistency they wanted to see from him. Look for that to continue.
Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Kyle Korver. Then for the Warriors, Harrison Barnes comes in for Maurice Spates. And it's Barbosa in for Klay Thompson. Here's Schroeder. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Dishes it to Scott. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Hardaway for 3. It's rebounded by Livingston. Livingston's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Barnes kicks to Livingston. Fires the 3. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. Atlanta's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Scott. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Golden State's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Here's Barnes. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. And it's a 4-point Warrior lead.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
Now here's Hardaway. He has 7. 6 on the shot clock. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. And stolen by Barnes. Hardaway with the steal. Good on the 3-point shot.
It's a big-time shot and a really dumb foul. I mean, a really dumb foul.
After a rookie season in which he really struggled, Dennis Schroeder made big strides last year.
Yeah, I think pretty much dramatic improvements across
One
the board,
shot.
Kevin.
One shot,
really
gentlemen.
a most improved candidate for sure. He solidified that reserve unit for the Hawks, in my opinion.
That's good from Schroeder.
And Schroeder still with room to grow. I mean, he needs to improve his 3-point shot and cut down his turnovers. Those are things that often come with time. And he's got time, still very young at this stage of his career.
Here is Livingston. And here's Barnes for 3. Can't get it to go.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
Muscala. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead.
And for Schroeder, not a great outside shooter yet, but he's an attack guard. Blinding speed, very slippery, eel-like. He gets into that lane and can make a defense collapse in a heartbeat. That alone is where his value is right now.
And it's blocked. They get it back. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Livingston. The shot is off. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Warriors ahead, up by 2. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The 4th quarter of action getting started. And Atlanta has possession. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Teague, and it's Bazemore at the 3. So that's the Hawks 5. Now here's Schroeder. Outside Millsap. Pass to Teague. Shot clock at 5. And shot on the way. Rush grabs the miss. The Warriors leading. Outside Curry. Iguodala outside. And there's Green on the assist by Iguodala. 20 points for Draymond Green.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Her passes to Horford. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
I love that dish down low.
The Warriors shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Iguodala kicks to Curry. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And the Hawks making a change here. Korver's checked in. The Warriors also with a sub. Thompson's checked in. A few possessions into the 4th quarter, just over a minute played. Curry attacking. That's good. Now Teague. There's the dish to Bazemore. The Warriors pull it in. Outside Curry. He feeds it to Rush. Fires for three. Bazemore grabs the miss. The Hawks trail by 4. On the basket, Teague. To the paint. And that one's good. Millsap's got 19 points.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
Pass to Barnes. Jacks up a three. Here's Green. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
And the second chance points aren't easy to come back. It's all about effort and hard work. And he has today made it look easy.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Warriors.
The mid-range that you've seen from them about as good as it gets, and there has not been a drop-off in the second half.
The number of second chance points they've gotten is also impressive. I mean, they've kept so many possessions alive with offensive rebounds.
Here's Bazemore. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Horford. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2.
Al Horford playing very well. 12 points and the 2 nice steals as well. I tell you what, he's made his mark on this game in so many ways, guys.
And he would have stood out just on the strength of the defense. But how about offensively? He's been clicking there as well.
Free throw dropped for Al Horford. He makes 1 of 2 that time.
They really could have used a perfect trip to the line there. Instead, they're still down 2 possessions.
Teague against Curry. And here is Barnes. 6 on the shot clock. Pulls up. Atlanta with the rebound. Millsap's got his 4th rebound in this one. Bazemore dishes to Teague. Horford against Curry. And a dunk by Horford.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
Gee, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has never been a question mark. He is an incredibly self-motivated player.
It's Thompson off the drive. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Bazemore by Green. Pass to Horford. On the way, Horford. Outside Teague. Down low. Here's Millsap. Gets some room on the way. And the bucket's good. Millsap's got the game tied here for the Hawks. Curry passes to Rush. He kicks it to Thompson. Green, the screen. Feeds to Barnes. He dishes it to Rush. Passes it to Thompson. Puts it up. Again, the miss by Thompson. Hawks have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Horford gets a wide open look. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. And the Hawks lead by 3.
Those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
And that one's good, Barnes.
I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
This is when the defenders really have to protect the basket. You need to be in sync as a unit defensively.
Now here's Teague. And Horford wide open. He shoots. Barnes grabs the miss. Barnes has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Kicks it to Thompson. Barnes with it. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Teague drives in. That's a 2 from Korver. And again, it's Atlanta.
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
Warriors trailed by 3. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Korver against Thompson. Outside, Green. Shoots the 3. And it's good. That bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
Big time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
The feed to Horford. And fouled hard that time. They'll get to the line and shoot 2. Guys, you gotta love the versatility of Klay Thompson. He provides so much at that 2-guard position.
Well, he can defend 3 positions, Kevin. And offensively, he does everything you want done from the 2-guard spot. He can play with or without the ball.
Free throw dropped for Al Horford.
And Thompson's certainly in the conversation for the best 2-way shooting guard in basketball. There's really not much he doesn't do well.
So Horford gets 2.
And Thompson's much more active running the pick and roll lately. A great pocket passer, and of course, the defense has to stay glued to him because of that ability to knock down shots.
One guy who's been getting it done is Paul Millsap.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they got to figure out how to contain it.
Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Steve Kerr was just going over the plan with his team. He told them the game is right there for the taking, fellas, but we've got to be first. First to loose balls, first to the rim. We have to give our all right here. Kevin, now's the time.
Now, here's Green. There's the killer 2-handed slam.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Horford with the screen on Curry. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Now here's Curry. Thompson outside. Golden State moving it around. And it's Green missing. Hawks have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Outside Teague. Dishes it to Horford. Puts up the baby hook. Curry with the steal. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Here's Rush. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into to 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
It's stolen by Green. Curry kicks to Rush. A 3. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And now a 5-point Warrior lead. To the paint. And they get it. And there's the play inside by Millsap. Millsap's got 12 points in just the second half.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Barnes against Millsap. Thompson for the triple. And another 3 for Golden State.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
And the points are starting to add up in a hurry, especially when you're giving up those looks from deep.
Now here's Teague. And it's Korver off the drive. And again, it's Atlanta.
That coverage is just too weak. I mean, heading down the stretch, that sort of defensive lapse can cost you a game.
And there's Green on the assist by Curry. And that's now 30 points for Draymond Green. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a win against the Clippers. Teague for 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Warriors leading by 3. To the middle. Thompson with the bucket.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Millsap a screen. Teague dishes to Bazemore. That's good, and so Teague with the assist.
He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
Curry kicks to Barnes. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Millsap has the open look. Another 3 for Atlanta. Time running low, guys, and somebody's got to win this one.
This game is close as it's been. You really hate to see it come to an end.
I agree.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Now here's Teague after the miss from Stephen Curry. Picked by Horford. Shot off the pick. It's a big height pass and goes in. And now a 3-point Hawks lead.
You know, shooting as well as he has from before in the game, this tight guy, you've got to think he's going to be a factor near the end.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Barnes screen on Korver. To the inside. Shot to stop the run. And it's Barnes getting it to go. Barnes has got 11 in the second half.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
Teague, here we go. And here's Korver from the arc. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Barnes has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Defensive rebound. He gets the whistle. Contact on the way up. And 2 shots coming up.
Take a look at what Rush has been doing. He has 11 points. He's got 2 baskets from out in 3-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
That's the first, and that ties the game up. And so both free throws good that time. That puts him ahead.
And nice work at the line. I mean, when the game's this close, you have got to cash in on those opportunities.
One of the stories here, Draymond Green getting it done today.
They don't seem to have any answers for him. They need to review their game plan and look for a way to cool him off.
Teague, the pass to Court. Back to Teague. Curry with the steal. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. That shot is in, just like 6 others have been for him. He's shooting 7 for 15.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Curry against Teague. Here's Horford. Shot is off. So Golden State will take it the other way. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Now here's Thompson. Spiked away. Bazemore dishes to Teague. He feeds it to Korver. Horford sets a screen for Korver. Curry with the steal. There's 38 seconds left in the game. Can't hit the step-back jump shot.
And as far as jump shots go, that's what you have to continue to try and get.
I don't know how that one stayed out.
Teague kicks to Millsap. Inside. Horford.
Horford clearly has the touch.
And an intentional foul right there.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. He's able to hit the second one, and that will put them up by 2. There's 21 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Bazemore. Back to Teague. He nails it.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
Seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Curry. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Trying to make it a 3-point play.
Heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
Good Curry.
That last free throw was critical. Their only choice now is to go for the 3 to tie.
So it's Atlanta now.
And a chance here to send it to overtime.
Got to see the 3 and be the 3 if that's going to happen.
So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. This win sets a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, thank you. I'm with Klay Thompson. As a unit, the team seemed to have a cohesive approach out there. How important was the lift you got from the bench?
Just do it as a team. You know, it's not an individual effort. We're a real deep team this year. We got a lot of guys who would start on some good teams, so we just did it collectively.
Thank you, Klay. We so appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
Doris, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And as the fans file out of the building, now time to head over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Draymond Green.
Draymond Green wins games for you. It's just that simple. The energy, the intensity that he brought onto the floor tonight is incredible. Defensively, he's one of the few guys in the league that can guard all 5 positions. That alone makes Draymond Green a unique and special talent.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did, only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.